could be. Maybe it could be that he has one later because of it.
Hey.
Of late, I find myself struggling more and more to remember and retain information that I get from Final Control. So I'm going to say hello to Laurie, Liz, and you see that happen again.
Corey.
Connie's birthday. We're going to get to Connie's birthday in a second. Steve. See, I knew the name. I've got two friends called Steve. Laurie, Liz, and Steve, hello. And very happy birthday to Connie. Hope you have a lovely day. I hope you can enjoy the sunshine we're seeing here as well. Make it part of your birthday.
Really great light, eh?
And the light is, it's. I almost feel bad for wanting to move on. But the nice thing with this light is it's everywhere at the moment. So if you could find like Ellie's in this.
What are you saying, Peter?
I'm saying I'm finding it very hard because I know you love it. Look at that. You've got an Impala with shadows in the background, green. It's just like, that is a little.
There's the nursery.
Lovely backlight there.
This is the little nursery, Peter. Little tiny one.
All hanging around there together. Seem to have recently entered our sort of second batch. Typically you get Impalas mate over about a 2-month period, end of April, May, early June. And there's typically a peaking of mating activity during the 2 full moon periods of one. So you get births of Impala lambs at the second peak. There's a lot of very young and new ones again.
A lot of little ones there.
No, they're doing well.
Look at the camera, come on, and wave.
Hello.
Where's the camera?
That one.
Graham.
That's Graham, that's the jigger.
Thanks.
Bit of water. Have you got a favorite animal? I don't know if you've been asked this before, but
I really like humans.
you like them.
I do like humans, and I suppose that's probably my favorite animal. I quite like the possibilities that this particular animal is capable of. Sometimes it can let you down, but sometimes it can surprise you in a very positive way.
I almost don't want to say anything after that, but I'm glad I asked you. There's an awesome texture in the ground here.
Just lovely.
Yeah, I know you've been playing with it a lot, showing it. I'm sure everyone has noticed, but there's it's this. I don't even know the name for this weed. If you walk through this with bare ankles, actually, it makes your ankles just itch a little bit. But there's a ton of impalas everywhere.
You know what? If only we could do this in high definition now. We're working on getting this to a full HD broadcast, but these kind of shots with that green and all this detail, if you could just see what I'm seeing here and what Leishan, because Leishan's got the best view actually, she's got the big screen. It's just magnificent.
It's all really pop out at you.
It really does, eh?
going to spend another couple of minutes looking at this. The light really is awesome. I'm waiting. I mean, if we're very lucky, these young ones could suddenly start playing and start chasing each other around. If they were to do this, this would be quite special.
Of course, we wouldn't wait around. We'd rather hoon off.
No, we'll wait around a bit. I've stretched the waiting game as long as possible with impalas, waiting for the babies to run around. But Bogus was just asking if we ever find ourselves sitting here doing this, wishing we're doing something else, or in that respect. And it was directed at us. Graham, do you want to have a go at that one first?
Absolutely, Bogus. I'd far rather be lying on the beach right now. I'm joking. You know what? It's important in life to make sure that you find yourself where you want to be. And right now is where I want to be. Although I'd love to also have Emily and Mia and Josh with me as well. They're all away at the moment, but we'll all be together.
I was wishing suddenly for a moment that Emily and Josh and Mia were watching, because then they would be here. Mia would certainly hear your voice and feel what you meant there. But what you said there is it's important to find yourself. Can you repeat that one again?
Probably won't sound as good, but to find yourself where you want to be.
Yeah, to find yourself where you want to be. I think in the same sense, it's also important to find yourself where you are. And hopefully those two things can be the similar place or the same place most of the time. Yeah, well, I'll be blatantly lying if I said I never sit here and wish I was somewhere else sometimes. Occasional beach sounds good. Some days when it's really hot, I just sometimes wish I was around sunset when it cools down. The Bogosh for me, and the same as anyone that does this, and anyone that does this and sustainably, it's doing something you've dreamt about in Yellowstone, following wolves or other aspects of this. I'm always happy to be here.
You know, I'd rather be on the damn wall. How about that?
To be on the damn wall.
Is that an option?
Let's go just one move forward, because they...
No, let's not go back. Why do you not have a leopard yet in this kind of light?
You know what, the only problem with the leopard would be is these impalas would all run away. And there'd be lots of activity and excitement and questions coming through. I'm just going to move forward. I want to look at those same little ones you're looking at now again. I'll try and get next to them a little bit. And then we are going to move on. Listen, there was a second question there after Bogosh's question that unfortunately I've slipped again in my mind.
No, it's what
Can you remember
where you're and my heroes.
Ah.
I've been thinking about that since that question got asked, and I still don't have an answer.
It's quite a question.
So you started off. I'm sure I'd be inspired.
Oh, it's quite easy. I can tell you who Graham's hero is.
Who's that?
Graham, I mean, I know how many times you come and game drive with me.
What are you about to say? You're my hero. You can be my hero.
Eleanor was asking, who's our human heroes? These little impalas are just too cute, huh? It's literally difficult to tear yourself away from them. Eleanor, we'll get to that question in a second. Oh, look at the spider web. Now, Graham, what you're saying is in high definition and full HD, that spider web would really, you'd see the spiders on it.
Yeah, I don't know if they are spiders, but you'd know if they were.
They were. That little one's looking quite alert.
I can see there's like a fly. There we go.
Yeah, getting flicked away.
Hard to focus perfectly in this situation, though.
Well, they're all looking. There's some running in from the side.
Oof. And it stops running as I get it.
Bit of calling there. It seems one of the females coming over to look for a youngster. Basically, you get these nursery groups or creches all together, the young ones for safety, and also so that some of the adults can look after them while the others are feeding. And then you will find the adults coming back to look for them again. There's another mother running through, just coming to look for her youngster. There's a young one that might run over Graham. It's a bit of a guess, but it looked... Oh no, it's not going to. It looked like it was going to. Yeah, it might. I'll look for
I
Mum.
won't get into position in time on that one. Oh, that's close.
Point, and this gives us another reason to stay a minute or so more with these impala before we move on. But so just talking about thinking back, and Graham was talking about Gowrie camping before it became what is now a beautiful Voyatella Lodge. And it seems quite a few of you are wondering or curious about why these animals are so relaxed. I mean, not only are we close to them, but they're moving around us. They're continuing with their natural behavior and what they'd naturally be doing, even though we're close to them. And specifically the impala, actually, Graham, and you can attest to this as well. But 5 years ago, 10 years ago, certainly even 2-3 years ago, they weren't this relaxed.
No.
And within a few generations, we've seen them becoming more relaxed. The adults get more relaxed, therefore the lambs are more relaxed, and they learn that they can trust the vehicles. And then in a year or so, those young ones have their own offspring, and they sound check. Okay. A hornbill kill, red-billed hornbill.
We'll kill another one, watch.
What was it catching? An insect?
I don't actually know, but he's got something. So it kills it.
Yeah, it's one of the hairy caterpillars. Look how it's rubbing it in the sand as well to get rid of the hairs. Those will be not good for the eating part of it. So it'll cause irritation in the throat even. So it's actually cleaning it as well.
There's obviously a lot of caterpillars in this area.
If you have the survival depends on it, and your eyesight and your beak's been evolved to find them. You'd be surprised how many there are per square area. Squirrel making a lot of noise up in that direction. Up towards almost Yuri's house area. Right, we'll try and do
With the
impalas. Oh, look at that little bit of green in the front. Becoming all artistic there, Graham.
oh,
Oh, that is a nice light, so it pops out that much.
it truly is a beautiful lodge. Okay, so I think what do
Let's
we
do this
say?
quickly.
Is an animal that evolved to reach the topmost branches.
I was going to say, this particular giraffe's got a very short neck, but it just turned, so it doesn't quite work anymore. Still a young one, though. There's bound to be some others around as well. It's only about a, not even 2-year-old giraffe.
What is he doing?
Not sure. He looks like he was licking the tip of that branch, but maybe he's scratching, but he does look like he's licking it. I would guess perhaps that maybe some other animal was scratching against that, and a little bit of sweat or some kind of salt deposit. Giraffe's licking it. Otherwise, just a young giraffe. Lovely sound in the background there, sort of one of the sounds that announces afternoon, late afternoon arriving, that Franklin calling. Go around the side here, maybe there's framed up. There's another giraffe just moving in the background behind this one. Occasionally, I manage to get the perception that I do.
Those are big eyelashes, eh?
No, we had this exact discussion yesterday.
Really?
I'm sure Leishan's chuckling that side as well. Sort of fell into that one, but long eyelashes, one of the features about giraffe that make people like them. This light might be hard, but how about, just tell you what, they're all going to go into this patch now.
Alright.
So I'm going to put us here so that we face our noses towards their noses. Give a little half moon of them, hopefully. Yeah, I'm just going to get this have to move in a certain way not to change their movement. You want some of this tree in?
No, not really. Like that.
Thanks, mister. White rhinos are funny. They don't have the greatest eyesight, so they often react just to the odd sound. Sit nice and tight here. And they will be making their way towards us as well. Taking a couple of stills pictures here quickly, so anything you want me to do, right? A nice oxpecker on the forehead there of that rhino. A good point there, Penny is just mentioning too many white rhinos in some reserves now. That's creating territorial disputes, fights, even deaths from those fights. I think again, going back many years, there would have been a lot of that when there were still lots of rhinos, to make sure that the biggest and the most sort of genetically strong bulls got to mate. But so in some ways it's maybe a bad thing because we're so concerned with the number conservation. In other ways it's a good sign to show that there's normal social structures and behaviors happening again. More and more you are seeing groups of rhinos. Well, look at the lights on that, beautiful. It's quite a pleasure to see crashes of rhinos again. 10, 15 years ago you would have had singles and 2 and 3 together. But certainly, Penny, it's also important, of course, that those rhinos go to other reserves, and that's happening more and more as well. Other reserves getting rhinos, starting new populations. Also the correct management of those numbers from a genetic point of view is important. Beautiful big female, this very sharp.
The nostrils, eh?
Hmm?
The nostrils are very low down, off to the side.
Look at how that works, literally like a lawnmower almost. Once the rhinos move past, it does leave the grass quite short. White rhino, also known more descriptively as a square-lipped rhino. You could see that nicely when that cow lifted her head up. That's to oxpeckers, Graham, so I know you like the birds as well. Having a dust bath just there to the left. Right there somewhere. It's a little patch of dust there, and they're just having a quick dust bath. Now the oxpeckers, of course, they help the rhinos and giraffe and kudu and so on by cleaning off the ticks, but they also get their own parasites, and therefore they have dust baths. Not so much to get rid of the parasites, but what it does is that dust will suffocate right on the skin some of those parasites, and they'll move a little bit. And when the parasite moves, they can feel where it's moving, and then they pick it off. Bit of a landscape combination bird shot there. It's like different hills, the rhinos' backs. Ja, pull in. No, Pinka. Don't say something.
These rhinos are not close, eh? Ooh, look at that, Pete. Look at that gash.
On the side there, I was looking at it just now. You see the puncture mark of a
Old puncture mark, eh?
come right past us here as well.
Okay, that was a question from Sharon Agresta that has been watching these live cameras for a very, very long time. Hi Sharon, it's great to have you on drive with us and enjoying this amazing sighting along with all of us all over the world. Sharon asked me the question that Pieter is so awesome and how did we find him? Well, short answer is we went through an incredible selection process. We narrowed it down to 10 people and Pieter was the cheapest.
Yeah.
And
Other man had something to do.
No, that's not fair. Pieter, I always knew that Pieter would be quite good at this job, but to be honest with you, the ultimate decisions are not actually taken by me in terms of who does this. It's Emily. Emily handles all personnel for Wild Earth, and ultimately she makes those decisions. She's also learned, so I'm now speaking for her because she's not here obviously, is that she's learned that you can get a good guess going in terms of, you know, whether or not somebody might be quite good, but you really cannot tell until not only they've started doing it, but that they've been doing it for quite a while. It takes quite a lot to be able to be honest and open, also have the knowledge and the will to share that knowledge with other people in this particular way. So I think we're still figuring out how it all works, and I think Pieter's doing most of that figuring it out actually. I guess.
Only parts of it.
Not sure if that helps answer your question.
This is quite a, as far as rhino sightings go, a grand one. They're literally still all around us here.
They're very relaxed.
Got your backlight now, Graham.
Yeah, except my position is less than ideal. And if you start this engine, you're going to move your head slightly to the one side, choose either side. There we go. Rhinos, you know the thing about rhinos is that their heads are actually very long.
Very long.
Long, yeah.
Yeah. Actually have extremely long jaws.
Yeah, well,
The brain is right there. There's the brain, just in there. It's not very big either. It's everywhere from there, all that is jaw. So sure is like that. Low down eating grass. Black rhino's head is much shorter. Black rhino's got a head sort of like that shape. Hello Laurie, just asking about a rhino's skin. It's very thick. In fact, in some ways I might say, relative to the size of the animal, maybe even thicker than an elephant's. Obviously elephants are much larger, so if you had to compare the two skins, the elephant's is thicker, but a tick. Where? On the rhino?
No, I lost it now. There, no.
There. So I can't really put my finger in
Yeah,
perspective.
just move your finger there.
Just there
that's
on
not
that.
the one I
there it
wanted.
is. Oh,
There's
it's a different
another
one. There's one running around. No, that's a fly.
No, there was a big tick. You actually see them in there.
Oh, in the left of the ear, there you can see.
There
Yeah,
we go.
there.
Look at that tick.
Spotting.
There's a bunch more. All those ticks.
Yeah, in the folds there. It's where
Their job though. What bird is making that noise, Pete?
It's a drongo, fork-tailed drongo.
Montengo.
Montengo, yep. Very happy because those rhinos will be chasing and disturbing insects that he can catch at the moment. So the horn there also nice. So when you're talking about the horn part, yeah. So the mud's still nice and wet there.
Let's go back for the ticks. I find the ticks interesting. Yeah? Big injury on his back leg. There's ticks. Tick can.
Raw there.
Wow, that's
You're finding
bad.
the ticks fascinating, Graham?
Yeah, just imagine living with that kind of tick action. Look at that.
You should go to, Penny was earlier talking about Mfulozzi and some of the wetter places. And they start getting those like almost raw sores from...
I didn't want to be a rhino. Figured it out now. Yes, Patty, live streaming. You got it. All of us have to stream sometimes. Even the rhinos stream.
Catch a bit of sunset.
Roger. Roger, Pieter.
Let's see this tree in the foreground. Let me just move a little bit. We can do that. Jump forward, yeah. We've also pulled out. We'll speak later. And we can just jump off the vehicle a bit and stretch our legs. Graham's going to leave that shot for you to enjoy the sun as it's setting. He's also going to reset it once he's gotten off the chair, and then he'll leave it again for you.